from Black Hawk Stadium in Bethel Park. From Black Hawk Stadium in Bethel Park tonight, the Black Hawks of Bethel Park High School play host to the Penn Hills Indians. A very pleasant good evening to you, along with my broadcast partner, Greg Smith. I'm Bill Navari. And tonight, a big game which will decide basically a lot of things in Class 5A. Who is for real, perhaps who is not, or perhaps I don't even know. It could just be anything. Greg, this game tonight between the Indians, who come on off a horrible loss last week at North Hills, and a Bethel Park Black Hawk team which is surging, will tell a lot, I think more so about the Penn Hills Indians than the Bethel Park Black Hawks.
Yeah, I think there's a lot on the line for both these squads, Bill. For Penn Hills, I'm sure we'll get into it more, but just a crushing loss last week. 2 losses so far on their schedule that really look unique in the way that they both happened. And you're right, for Bethel Park, a surging team, a team coming off a big conference win last week, and a team that has honestly look better in 6A than they have in 5A at times. But I think it's exactly to your first point. Tonight's going to go a long way to seeing what 5A is all about.
This is a non-conference game that could be important for playoff seeding, or even for one of the 5A wild card spots, depending on how the final standings shake out. Penn Hills 1-1 in the Northeast Conference. Bethel Park is 1-0 in the Allegheny 6. Both teams contenders for their respective conference titles, but still have hard games ahead. Penn Hills' offense has been centered around Amir Key, literally the key to their offense. He's run for 692 yards, leads the team, and has scored 10 times. Julian Duggar, the quarterback, has thrown for 606 yards, 6 touchdowns, and run for 311 yards and a touchdown. The Indians also have an excellent secondary with D1 recruits in Rayon Strader and Cam Thomas. Bethel Park, though, they've leaned on their grad game, and the trio of Austin Kay, Gavin Moole, and Ryan Petrus, who leads the team in receiving, second in rushing, has scored 6 times. Quarterback Tanner Peffer has had a solid season, throwing for 706 yards and 5 touchdowns, primarily to Petrus and Denari Clax. This is going to be a great non-conference matchup between these playoff caliber teams, which may see each other again in the playoffs if both teams are there, as they prepare for their stretch runs in their conference play. And in those stretch runs, next week, Penn Hills will be at Fox Chapel. And in a programming note, we will not be broadcasting the game next Friday night. Bethel Park next week will be at Upper St. Clair. And that will tell you who's for real between these two teams, whether it's Upper St. Clair or Bethel Park. So obviously 2 teams which have the ability to win their conferences, but also have the abilities of not making the playoffs.
Yeah, and that just goes to show, again, how tough 5A is. And, we will talk about it more, I'm sure, through the broadcast, Bill. We go through some of these games that they've played. There is a common opponent in North Hills. Again, we'll dig into that more. This is the Bethel Park team that went on the road, won a game at Mount Lebanon. Mount Lebanon is a tricky team to get your finger on up in 6A, took a home loss to Central Catholic, and has won the last 2 losses to Seneca Valley. Losses in their own way, late game losses, but again, they looked really good. We had the call 2 weeks ago against Moon. That offense looked really solid, and that one 31 points is really an understatement. They scored 28 in the first half and really took their foot off the gas in the second. So yeah, a lot on the line here, and I'm interested to see how this Penn Hills offense responds after a tough second half last week against North Hills, and how this Bethel Park defense plays, this team that I saw about 4 weeks ago play really well against Mount Lebanon.
Yeah, this Penn Hills team is really a bit of an enigma. They're 3-2 overall, could seriously be 5-0.
Oh, no question.
They missed a field goal in the last play of the game against Seneca Valley, and then again a game they should have won. Again, they could have lost as well when they did lose. They could have won that game, and then last week they blew a 20-point lead to North Hills Indians and lost in overtime. So they've lost twice by a total of 3 points. But they're 3-2, but they easily could be 5-0. You saw Penn Hills a couple weeks ago, 35-0 at the hands of Moon. So it's going to be a matter of which Penn Hills team is going to show up tonight. The team that beat up on Moon, or the team that handed a game over to North Hills last week. And with the opponent they have tonight, they can ill afford to hand anything over to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, Bethel is a solid team, a team out there on their own right. 2 weeks ago, Cannon Max came back from a 15-point deficit in the second half to beat Cannon Max. So a Bethel Park team that's used to some controversy as well.
Penn Hills will receive the opening kickoff. DeAndre Cochran will bring it out to the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. Bethel Park won the toss, has elected to defer to the second half. And Penn Hills will get their hands on the ball first. Indians with trips to the near side, trips to the right. Interesting formation. Duggar straight up the middle. Out close to the 45. We'll go down at the 44. Brought down by Ryan Petrus.
Yeah, nice job from Duggar there to handle that high snap, design quarterback draw, and picks up 7 there on that first down play.
Indians stretching out the defense again here with trips each way. High snap. Looked like it was supposed to be a direct snap to Natel Mitchell. Went through his hands. Duggar did a nice job of picking it up. We'll lose a yard, but it could have been a lot worse for the Indians.
Yeah, that's a tricky play, too. That was tough to tell from our angle. You're right. Mitchell, I think, was the intended, but Duggar had to jump up there, too, to keep that one off the ground. Mitchell does a nice job responding to just lose one there, but now already a third down facing the Indians.
Now the Indians go to the traditional 5-man line, have Natel Mitchell in the eye behind Duggar. Excuse me, no, that's Key. He'll swing pass this way to Rayon Strader on the wide receiver screen, and he'll pick up maybe 2 yards. And the Indians, we're looking at a 4th and 2.
4th and 2 for the Indians.
And the punt team will come on.
Yeah, not a lot Strader could do there. Receives that pass really at the line of scrimmage, and nice shot pursuit from the Bethel Park secondary to get in and make that stop. And for Penn Hills, a tough break after a big chunk first down play, but unable to convert those last couple yards on second and third down.
Owen Williams back to punt for Penn Hills. Ryan Petrus back for the Blackhawks. Williams gets the kick away. It's high, short. Will hit at the 33-yard line, take a lateral bounce, and Penn Hills will down it. Natel Mitchell at the 31-yard line. So the Blackhawks will get their hands on the ball with 10:02 to go as Penn Hills goes 3 and out. They'll start at their own 31-yard line.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line. Number 4, quarterback Tanner Piper.
Hawks right up the middle. Dragging Indians for a first down. It's Gavin Moole.
Yeah, Moule puts his head right down, gets 13 on that first down, and Bethel not shy, loaded up that line. Very different than what we saw on that first Penn Hills play, with just 3 down linemen. This Bethel Park loading up for the run.
He put his head down, looked like traditional fullback there.
Yeah, more or less.
Moule again finds himself a little bit of a hole. Fights his way out to the 50-yard line for another pickup of 6 this time.
Tackle number 7, Cameron Thomas.
Moule was 6'1", 220 pounds.
Second down 4.
Yes, some nice sideways movement there from Moule. That first down play was straight up the gut. That time gets to the outside and gets 6.
Yard line. Under 9 minutes on a running clock here in quarter number 1. We are scoreless. Penn Hills and Bethel Park.
Yeah, stout Penn Hills line pinning their ears back now, knowing Bethel run on the first 3 plays, but here into the shotgun, we'll see what they do.
It'll be Moule again. Able to find the holes, gets himself out for, he needed 3, got 5. And it's another Bethel Park Black Hawk first down.
Yeah, good vision there from Moule. The initial hole that I think he was looking for didn't open, but another one did. Again, good movement there to get that yardage he needed for the first down.
Mole again inside the 40. Brought down by Twan Bradley at the 37-yard line. After a pickup of, we're going to call it about 7.
Yeah, and that might have been a touchdown saving tackle there from Bandy as he's able to get his arms around him, and just, you're right, just a gain of about 7, but heads up play there. Otherwise, Mole might still be running.
Mole again. This time he's wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. Bandy had him low at the legs, and up top was Carter Lance.
Tackle number 52, Carter Lance.
He'll lose a yard. And now the Hawks with a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and you can see Lance just winning the one-on-one battle there and getting himself into the backfield. Does a great job, too, of getting both arms, Mole, and bringing them down there. It brings up a big 3rd down here for the Hawks.
Petrus now to Pfeffer's right. And he will throw underneath. Pass complete, 1st down. Ryan Petrus down to the 32-yard line.
Petrus is complete. Plays good enough for Bethel Park. 1st down.
First pass of the game for Bethel Park.
Yeah, well-designed play there, too. Getting Petrus out into the flat and giving him a good block downfield. Got a gain of 6 in that 1st down.
Petrus gets stuffed for loss of 3.
Petrus on the carry.
Yeah, and we start to see the Penn Hills defensive line settling in a little bit now. A couple of those big plays early on from Mao, and now it seems like that's settling out. And, yeah, a loss of 2 there. That's a good 1st down play for the Penn Hills defense.
Twins out to the left. Mole to the right, Petrus to the left. Almost picked off by the Indians. But Petrus will be close to a 1st down. Bandy almost got a hand on him. Down to the 25-yard line. Picks up 11.
Yeah, kind of an inside jet sweep that the pass goes, not jet sweep, but makes the throw. And again, Petrus does a nice job to get himself close to the 1st down. And again, we've seen Bethel convert a couple 3rd downs here on this drive, and looking for another conversion now, getting close to the red zone.
Mole behind Pfeffer. Cohnfelder was in the slot. And Mole will be brought down for a loss of 2. DeAndre Cochran surging in.
Number 3, DeAndre Cochran.
Making the tackle, bringing up a 4th down and about 4 for the Blackhawks.
That's a really good play from Cochran there. Gets himself into the backfield. We've seen Mole have great vision inside the tackles to get that yardage he needs. That time Cochran blows that play up in the backfield. A loss of 2 and a big 3rd down stop for Penn Hills, and it looks like Bethel Park's going to be in 4-down territory.
4th down and 4 for the Hawks.
Pfeffer is going to throw, looking towards the end zone, has a man in the seam, the bounce tipped and incomplete. Cochran did a nice job of letting the ball fall into the end zone. This way the Indians get the ball at the 27-yard line. Long drive for the Bethel Park Blackhawks. Comes up with nothing. Almost 5 minutes. And they turn the ball over on downs to Penn Hills at the 27.
Yeah, and
Indians,
go ahead. I was say that was Aiden Curry on the seam route. They had Curry open there for a minute, but great recovery from Penn Hills to knock that ball to the turf and get the ball turnover on downs.
Penn Hills 3 and out on their first possession. Key's first carry. We'll pick up 3.
Carry by number 1, Natel Mitchell. Tackle number 13, Tyler Stewart. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Hawks with a 3-man front. High snap, bobbled by Duggar. Will take it off to the right. Gets across the 30. Goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Flags on the play.
Has a penalty flag back at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was meant to be a pass to Key in the flat, but another high snap. That's the second or third one we've seen already from Penn Hills, and Duggar had to take that one himself.
Holding on Penn Hills.
No, holding call.
I'll send him back 10 yards from spot foul.
We'll send it back to the 17-yard line. In essence, a 13-yard penalty. Seriously, the PIAA should consider these spot fouls behind the line like that for these kids.
Yeah.
Duggar steps up, looks, tries to avoid the rush, gets the pass downfield, throws it away.
Duggar throws the ball out of bounds.
Now it'll be third and way long for the Indians, about 18.
And good coverage downfield from the Blackhawks there, not giving Duggar a lot of options. Duggar had some time and did a nice job with his feet to extend the play. But ultimately, the pressure in the secondary coverage too much, and Duggar had to throw that one away. Yeah, third and 19 now facing the Indians.
Duggar throwing this way and unable to connect with Strader. That wasn't even close. And Penn Hills will come on to punt. Clock stops, 4:24 to go. Penn Hills offense, 2 3-and-outs here.
Yeah, they don't quite look the same. We've only seen Amir Key touch the ball once here in the first 6 offensive plays. Certainly that first drive, it looked like they were trying something a little different, spread them out, and it seemed to work. A few high snaps, though. I think that's something to watch. Duggar seems the timing is off when those snaps get high.
Williams gets a kick away. Nice kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 50-yard line.
Features with the fair catch right at midfield.
Ryan Petrus hauling it in. And Bethel Park takes over with 4:17 to go here in the first. And they'll be starting right on the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and we'll see how, again, still 0-0, still early, but we'll see how field position starts to play. Penn Hills had pretty good field position to start that first drive, but just unable to convert. And for Bethel, you're right, a long drive in that first one, and now starting here at the 50-yard line for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, 11 plays and nothing to show for it. Mole looks for somewhere to go. Fights his way ahead for 4. Carter Lance on the tackle for the Indians.
Tackle by number 7, Cameron Thomas.
And the rate we're going, Bethel Park running the ball, they just threw just 2 passes, or maybe 3 in total with the turnover on downs. But Bethel, I think, is okay with taking long drives and running the ball with their trio of running backs.
Curry goes in motion to the left. It'll be Knoll. And Mole into the secondary. We'll have a first down at the 37-yard line.
Right up the middle for Bethel Park, first down.
Yeah, great patience there from Mole again. Getting himself free and getting a big chunk of 9. And when Penn Hills can get that initial pressure into the backfield, we've seen a couple tackle for losses on that first drive. But when Mole's able to be a little patient, he's able to get to that second level, no trouble.
Petrus goes in motion to the left. And we'll get the jet sweep back this way and a big hole. Petrus inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. 15 yards. Again, another run for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, and a well-designed play. Petrus goes in motion and then comes back and takes it. Yeah, and a big chunk play. That's a good play call. Caught Penn Hills a little off guard, and Petrus does a nice job getting another chunk play near the red zone.
High snap. Pfeffer brings it in, and Mole right up the middle. Jameer Brown brings him down at the 14-yard line
14-yard line.
after a pickup of 8.
Tackle number 8, Jameer Brown. Is entering the Hawk zone.
Yeah, and Bethel just again winning the battle up front. Like we've seen Penn Hills again a couple of opportunities, a couple of times they've gotten into the backfield, but right now Bethel really having their way in the run game and now inside the red zone for the first time tonight.
Mole, left side, jumps over a tackler inside the 5. First and goal, Blackhawks at the 4-yard line.
First down.
Boy, he's been shifty inside the tackles. That time he goes over
Jameer Ellis.
the line,
The first down and goal.
gain of 10, and Gavin Mole is rolling, and Bethel Park just 4 yards away from the first score tonight.
Blackhawk is making this look easy right now.
Yeah, they really are, and especially on this second drive. The first drive maybe, trying to insert a couple of different running backs. We saw Peters take a couple of traditional handoffs. This time it's been Peters out in spate, and it's been Mole straight up the gut.
High formation behind Pfeffer. Mole, and why not? Dives his way to the 2. Jameer Ellis
Number 15, Jameer Ellis.
with the tackle.
Gain of 2. Second and goal from the 2.
Sure feels like it's going to be Mole up the middle again here if we've seen anything on this drive.
Hey, diddle diddle.
Yeah, no kidding.
Believe it or not, we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is the 7th play of the drive, and it's been 6 runs total, 5 of them by Gavin Mole.
Petrus does not make it in. No, they called him in. Oh, my gosh.
And the ball came out,
Oh, he
too.
got him one there. He got the call.
Ryan Peters.
And they might have caught a break there, Bill. I don't know. From our angle, it was tough to tell, but Peters, first of all, looked like he got tripped up short of the goal line.
He did. I was watching. His knee went down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and so
Then
Bethel,
he went on the reach. He fumbled.
yeah, Bethel gets a break for sure there.
Kick is up and good. Touchdown coming with 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and for Penn Hills getting the ball first in the first quarter to have only run 6 offensive plays and just 2 possessions, I'm sure is not the offensive formula or anything that they thought was going to happen so far here tonight.
For the Hawks. This kick was out of bounds.
Oh, Bethel Park kicks it out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Penn will start at the 38.
Yeah, and I guess I see the reasoning of that. Certainly the dangerous returners. I didn't quite see probably Strader and Key, I would imagine, back there. Certainly very dangerous, and Bethel wants no part of that, but an interesting tactic, giving Penn Hills great starting field position here
to 43
for the third drive.
It'll be Key. Tries to find somewhere to go. Spins off a tackle and picks up a yard.
Oh, there was big Striegel, excuse me. Yeah, Keene nowhere to run there. Tried to bounce outside the tackles, and Striegel was there to meet him and made a good tackle.
Hawks up 7-0 here on what should be the final play. Oh, high snap. Duggar falls on it back at the 27-yard line. That's a 17-yard loss.
Around the 27-yard line.
And again, we've said it a couple times. That's the third or fourth high snap. That one actually finally gets over Duggar's head. And a huge loss for Penn Hills there on that last play of the first quarter.
After one, your score, Bethel Park 7, Penn Hills nothing. You're watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network.
Hey, Hawk, and now's the time to get out your phones to follow all Black Hawk athletic teams. Bethel Park is a Twitter account for athletics. Follow them at BP_Black Hawks for scores and updates throughout the year. That is at BP_BP Hawks for scores and updates throughout the year. Thank you, athletic director Danny Sloan, and assistant athletic director Laura Brennan for all your hard work and dedication.
Key across the 30. Fights his way ahead, and it gets out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, just not a lot of running room for Amir Key there. Just gets about 3 back. And that second down fumble comes back to haunt the Indians as the punting will come out for the third time.
3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. It's Penn Hills night so far.
Yeah, this Bethel defense has been solid, but yeah, I just don't see any real continuity with the offense, and the high snaps have really thrown it off.
And the Hawks block it, pick it up at the 20-yard line. And out of bounds at the 13 is Denari Clax. Looks like they had 15 guys coming.
Yeah, punter didn't stand a chance there, and yeah, Bethel able to not only block it but recover it inside the 15-yard line at the 13-yard line. And for Penn Hills, that's disaster. That's about as bad as you could have drawn it up.
Mo inside the 5, touchdown, Bethel Park.
Yeah, Mole coming right through there, and again, it seemed like everybody in the stadium knew that play was coming, and yet Gavin Mole finds his way into the end zone from 14 yards out. And for Penn Hills, if maybe that's the blessing they needed to get off the field almost, instead of get your offense back on and try to get started on that again.
Black Hawks.
Tell you, after Penn Hills went up 20-0 last week, they've been sleepwalking.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the pregame, right? I believe it was a blocked punt or it was
Punt return.
a punt return. Yeah, the special teams have caught up to them, and yeah, a number of things have gone wrong. It seems like so far in the last 3 quarters.
DeAndre Cochran with return, looking for somewhere to go. Has nowhere to go. Penn Hills will start at the 23. Bethel Park and them kicks keep going to kicking them towards the sideline.
Yeah, and that time, I think Cochran just really wanted to get an opportunity to return it, because the ball seemed to be bounding out of bounds. But yeah, I mean, so 11 minutes to go. We're just into the second quarter now, and 2 touchdowns, certainly a big lead. But this Penn Hills offense certainly has some firepower to it. So I think a lot of games still have to be played.
Duggar will keep it himself. And the Indians will get their first down of the night.
Duggar on the keeper.
Nathan Teets will make the tackle.
Tackle number 81, Nathan Teets.
Duggar picks up 10. And Penn Hills moves the sticks.
Hey, one thing at a time. That's big. It gets them out of the shadow of their own goalpost, out over the 30 now, and good hard run from Duggar. Duggar just put his head down there and got those couple extra yards, it seemed like.
Another bad snap. Duggar hauls it in, though. Duggar crossed to 40, close to another Penn Hills first down.
Might have gotten 10 more. And
he did.
And again, I give Julian Duggar a lot of credit right now, taking the team under his wing and just trying to get some momentum back into this game. And Bill, I know you know this. A touchdown here, you're still within 1 score. So, big drive here for the Indians.
Absolutely. Key finds his way ahead for 5.
On the carry. Tackled by Tyler Stewart.
We're starting to see a little bit of momentum. 4 yards on a first down run. Getting Amir Key going a little bit. He was quiet in that first quarter, which I know is not usual given his explosiveness.
Duggar fakes the pass, but Bethel Park not fooled.
David Sheltman, it seemed like, was in the backfield waiting for Key, jumping on his back. He's going to lose about 2 there.
Yeah, Santino Lamolinaire.
Yep. Down. 7.
He made the initial hit. The big nose tackle. Pass intended DeAndre Cochran. Broken up by Tyler Stewart.
Broken up by number 1, Ryan Petras.
Penn Hills had something a little bit going there, but well, now bring on the punt team.
Yeah, a tough break after a couple good first down runs from Duggar. Yeah, just couldn't get Amir Key going, and then have to force a third down long pass. And Penn Hills coming close to the line. Don't want another punt block here.
Hits it to 30, and they tell Mitchell we'll down it at the 40-yard line. Hawks take over with 9:04 to go in the half. I noticed Williams was kicking it from about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that was get it off his foot quick.
I know, but ordinarily, punters are about 15 yards back. Maybe something Bethel Park's seen that it's punting closer to the line is why they're rushing. Then again, you need somebody to be able to snap it back to the 15 yards. Petras across the 50, has a first down, will be brought down after a pickup of 13. I'll give him 14.
First down.
Yeah, we've seen Petras out in space a couple times, catching those swing passes and, again, getting them out into space, and already onto the Penn Hill side of the field for Bethel Park. And, an injured player on the far sideline for Penn Hills will give us a break in the action with 8:48.
Penn Hills.
8:48 to go in the half. There's an injured Indian. Keith Pellman gets up and walks off. Hawks up 14-0. Again, the Bethel Park offense seems to be putting on a clinic.
Yeah, certainly been able to run the ball, that's for sure. And Kevin Mole doing most of the damage so far. But, you know, again, I keep coming back to that first drive. You know, Penn Hill's got some interior pressure. They got a couple tackle for losses. I don't think that they're getting necessarily dominated out front, but whatever scheme Bethel Park is running seems that Penn Hill's on their heels a bit. And once Mole gets started going downhill, he is tough to stop.
Petrus, jet sweep this way. Cochran hits him in the backfield. Slows him down enough for the Indians to come up and make a tackle. Rayon Strader. No gain.
Tackle by number 15, Jameer Ellis. Bring him a 2nd down, 10 for the Hawks.
Yeah, and good tackling there and keeping Petrus and not letting go of that first. Tried to break that first tackle, able to keep him in the backfield and get the rest of the defense in to stop him for a loss of 0.
Fake to Mole. Pfeffer throws downfield and a pass off the hands of Denari Clax.
Number 5, Denari Clax.
Well covered on the play.
Yeah, pretty good throw there, and Clax was able to get at least one hand on it. But yeah, you're right, good coverage there. Really forced him to have to make a good throw, and for Penn Hills a break, and now 3rd and 10. And again, if you can hold Bethel Park off the scoreboard for the rest of this half, and certainly if you're able to score, this game's still very much in reach.
Come right back to Mole. The workhorse of the first half. Picks up 5. And it'll be 4th and 5.
Tackle by number 8, Jameer Brown.
I don't know, Bethel Park, I'd keep the offense on.
I certainly think they're considering it. It's about where Penn Hills ended their last drive, or at least where they punted from on their last drive. So perhaps they feel like this is maybe a bit of a free possession to give it back. But you're right, if they're able to get a score here, that's big.
Pfeffer will throw. Downfield pass, caught. First down. Aiden Curry. The 34-yard line.
First down.
You know, the other thing that helps is Penn Hill's offense is struggling so much that you're thinking, boy, if we turn it over here at the 43-yard line.
I think so too. Again, I think that's almost a free possession, right? You've at least flipped the field back to where Penn Hills just was. But you're right, the reward of getting a first down as they just did, so much bigger. And now Bethel with a lot more momentum.
Mole just carries Indians ahead for a couple to the 31. Over to 32 for a pickup of 2.
Yeah, that's about the hardest 2 yards he's going to have to get, or has gotten at least so far tonight. And yeah, I think that's exactly right. I don't think the Penn Hills offense is giving Bethel Park any concern. They feel like their defense is in control of this game, and so if you're allowed to take your offense, and again, we've talked about clock a little bit. You know, an 11-play drive on the first one had no points. They've moved a little quicker in the last 2, but you know, at this point, you take the clock down and keep Penn Hills offense off the field for no chance. That's also big.
Ball to carry. Gain of 3, 3rd down, 5.
Oh, maybe a pickup of 3. Call it 3rd down and 5. I mean, it looks like Bethel Park's just using the clock here.
That's what I mean. I think, not that they don't want to score points. They wouldn't have went for it on 4th. But, yeah, I think.
Oh, they want to score points and then heat up the clock. They get the ball to start half number 2.
Absolutely.
Pfeffer throws. Pass picked off. Rayon Strader with the interception, returns it back to the 27-yard line. And Bethel Park maybe getting a little too cute by half there. Had the ground game going.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking. And certainly you'd think that's 4-down territory for them, given that they went for 4th on the last series. And yeah, that's for Penn Hills, that is exactly what you need there to get yourself back going and see if the offense can't find some momentum there. That is a huge play for Penn Hills to keep them in this game early on.
Key looks for somewhere to go. Eludes a tackle in the backfield, gets off. Tackle, and now to the 36-yard line for a pickup of 8. We'll call it 9.
Tackle number 5, Denard Glass. 2nd down, 2.
Key again.
Premier Key on the carry.
Maybe a yard.
It seemed like Key might have gotten a hand up in the face mask there. Maybe Bethel got away with one.
His head looked like it got turned.
Yeah, maybe got away with one there. But yeah, big 3rd down and 1. And I think if you're Penn Hills, I think your offense is on the field for these next 2 plays. If you're unable to convert here on 3rd down, I think the way this game is going, you need your offense to just sustain something here.
And Bethel Park will use a timeout with 4:39 to go. You know, I'd like to give a lot of credit to the Bethel Park defense, but the Indians' offense looks much like it did last week against the North Hills Indians defense.
Yeah, you know, and maybe I'm wrong here. I think the timing of it's been thrown off. Several high snaps. The one high snap ended up in the result of a loss of 17. That, in essence, ended that drive. We've seen a few plays where Duggar just had to maybe take it himself, where the play was designed to go to somebody else. There's so many playmakers on this Penn Hills offense, and it feels like they've become so one-dimensional. And you're right. I think there is some credit to the Bethel Park defense, but yeah, I think Penn Hills so far has done most of the damage has been self-inflicted.
It'll be Key. Picks up the 1st down to the 39-yard line.
And again, a 1st down is for Penn Hills. That's all you could ask for. Keep your offense on the field. Get some sort of momentum going in your favor. And fresh set of downs. Key looks to get the ball again. Big 1st down there for the Indians.
Yeah, only their 3rd of the half. Duggar's going to throw. Pass a bit high for Natel Mitchell.
Duggar's pass is incomplete.
Had Mitchell in the seam. They had a lot of that last week with North Hills.
Pass was intended for number 1, Natel Mitchell.
Yeah, not a bad throw there. Maybe led Mitchell just a little too far, and that safety was hanging over the top there. And certainly, I think Mitchell maybe heard the footsteps a little bit, but yeah, I think that pass just sailed on Duggar just a little bit. But I like the idea that they're trying to get downfield and trying to get a big play here to flip the field a bit.
Leads Key on a little pass left side, and Key will pick up 5. Excuse me, that is Key.
3rd down and 5.
And trying to get Duggar now going in the passing game. 2 straight throws, but again, a 3rd and 5. And nearing midfield, clock now under 4 minutes. You don't want to give Bethel the ball back, but again, I still think this is 4-down territory.
Key comes this way. Duggar steps up. It's wrapped up, and we drop for a loss of 3.
Tackles Duggar in the backfield, sack.
And who else but Gavin Mole now terrorizing Penn Hills on the defensive side. Sacks Julian Duggar there for a loss of 3. And I'll have to eat my words a bit now with the loss.
Well,
of
the
yardage.
sack made the if they
Yeah.
just get no gain or something, you have a little different hat. But whenever you go negative,
Yeah.
you're looking at a 4th and about 8.
Yeah, and tonight Penn Hills just does not have an 8-yard play in their playbook. Other nights, I'm sure that's a very manageable distance. But yeah, tonight that 8 yard seems almost insurmountable.
Williams gets the kick away.
Good
Penn Hills will
bounce.
watch it roll inside the 20 and go dead at the 17-yard line.
Good bounce. That was what Penn Hills needed to flip the field a little bit.
Ball is down by the Indians at the 17-yard line.
Nice job there from Owen Williams to get the field flipped there for the Indians. Now 2:44 remaining on the first half clock.
Hawks with 2 timeouts left. It'll be Petrus.
Petrus on the carry.
Petrus may lose a yard.
Tackle by Mitchell.
Yeah, nowhere going there. And I wonder if you're Penn Hills all 3 timeouts. I think maybe being a little too aggressive. But if you're able to hold Bethel here to a no gain or a loss here, perhaps you use one of those 3 timeouts and try to get the ball back.
Daquan Lewis with tackle in the last play. Petrus again. And again, the Indians stuff it.
Petrus on the carry.
James Good this time.
No gain. Tackle by number 54. James Good.
So now it's 3rd and 11. I agree with you meant with the timeouts. Can't take him with you into the second half.
Yeah, maybe bring pressure. Force Beth. We haven't really seen Bethel have the punt tonight. Don't know what you got, but we'll see here. It looks like Bethel looking maybe to throw.
No, they will run the ball here just to keep the half running. They get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, Bethel's in.
So if Penn Hills isn't going to use a timeout to stop it,
Right.
well, why throw a pass and risk?
Sure.
Another
interception.
2 out of 3 things that can happen are bad.
And Bethel's going to take the timeout there.
Bethel Park uses timeout this time.
Yeah.
Well, they ran the
play
game
clock,
play clock down.
Yep.
But you're throwing the ball. Either you're getting either incomplete, an interception, or completion. And then the completion is good enough for the first down or not? But anyway, the incompletion will stop the clock. The interception turns the ball over to them in great field position. So you're gonna if Penn Hills isn't looking to stop the clock, you run the ball. And you wind down the play clock. Maybe even take a delay before you punt it back.
Yeah, I guess the only you're right about that. My only counter to that is just in the idea that you can keep Penn Hills offense off the field, right? You've run it down, 1:23 now remaining on the clock. If you run the ball here, you don't get a first down. You're probably only going to run 5 or 6 seconds off. Penn Hills, I would imagine, likely to call the timeout. I don't know that they'd let 80 plus seconds go into the half. So maybe the idea is to throw the ball because, look, the clock's in theory going to stop after that play because Penn Hills is going to do it. Now, certainly the interception looms very large, and certainly on the last drive, Bethel throwing that interception, but maybe able to basically hold on to the ball and then go to half knowing that Penn Hills will never touch it for the rest of the half. But, I would have to think they're going to run the ball. I think your logic is correct, Bill.
No, of course that means they're going to throw it. They do throw this way. And they'll be short of the first down.
That was a safe throw.
Hayden
That was
Curry.
basically like a pass. Or basically like a run, rather.
Now it's 4th down, and Penn Hills doesn't use a timeout.
Interesting. Bethel's going to have to punt it here because they obviously can't run it about 30-second difference. But
They can run it down to 30 seconds before they have to snap it. And it looks like the offense is on the field, to be honest with you.
yeah, again, I think they're
So
going
they're going to run it down, call a timeout, and then bring the punt team on.
Penn Hills finally calls a timeout now.
Penn Hills.
So I'm not sure the reasoning on why that wasn't called 30 seconds ago. But Penn Hills gets a timeout with 38.9 seconds.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy for sure.
Unless they figure they're just going to run the punt back and they don't want to give Bethel Park any time left. I don't know.
I mean, again, the playmakers of Penn Hills have been kept quiet for this first half, but we both know the capability that they have, and so certainly I don't think it's out of the question to think that they believe in their special teams enough that they'll put them in a position to succeed.
Fourth down 2 for the Hawks.
Well, the offense is on up. No, they will drop Mo back in the punt formation. They came out in an offensive formation.
They did. No, they absolutely did.
Mo gets the kick away high and short. And we'll go dead at the 43-yard line. Okay, well now Penn Hills has 28 seconds. 2 timeouts now. And the ball at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, it's hard not to wonder why they didn't do that 40 seconds prior with the timeouts on the board, but that'll be a question for the post game. But for now, you're right, still just 44 yards to go in 28 seconds and 2 timeouts. I certainly think Penn Hills is in a position to at least get some points here before half.
Well, Penn Hills' offense has struggled for over half from last week and the half of this week, so better part of a whole game. But I'm sure they could explode at any time.
No question.
I mean, give Key a seam, and he could be gone. Duggar eludes a tackle, throws back to Key. Key, shake and bake to the 40.
Duggar's pass is complete to number 4, near Key.
Gets 4.
Timeout, Penn Hills.
Penn Hills would have to call a timeout there. I mean, they need to go downfield or to the sidelines. Anything less than 10 yards, which won't stop the clock. You need to get out of bounds.
Yeah, still, again, that remaining timeout they have now, big, because you're right, the middle of the field's still in play. Even if you can just get 10, 15 yards here and give yourself a real manageable shot at the end zone.
I mean, Penn Hills can't even be thinking 3 in this situation. They're down 14. Hawks getting the ball to start the second half. Bethel Park has run all over them here in the first half.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think you're looking for a 10 to 12 yard play here. Get yourself into a manageable passing down, and
I mean, if Penn Hills gets into the end zone, I mean, it's a game now.
Oh, no question. Again, and that only makes us call into question more the time really left back on the end of that Bethel Park drive.
Second down 6 for the Indians.
Key moves up to Duggar's left. Duggar's going to look downfield. Has a man underneath inside the 25, down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Number 6.
It's 21 yards.
Correction, that was number 9, Martell Palmer.
Martell Palmer with the reception for the Indians.
Talk about Patriots.
Yeah, really nice job from Palmer to find himself a soft spot in that zone and settles right in. Duggar does a good job extending the play and gets it down there.
6 seconds left to go in the half.
And, I mean, this is exactly what Penn Hills could have wanted. But, again, we just have to wonder the time that was remaining on the clock. But certainly a very manageable 18 yards to go to find themselves within one score here before the half. It's a big play.
Well, the Indians, they need to go end zone or sideline. And theoretically, they could get 2 plays off here.
Yep.
If they do it first one here quickly.
For the Indians at the 18.
Duggar takes off running. No timeouts left. He slides short of the first down.
Duggar on the keeper as the half ends. Bethel Park in the lead, 14-0 over the Penn Hills Indians.
I mean, if he gets up to the line and gets the first down, they stop the clock. But they've swapped the ball where the slide starts, and he did it short of the first down. And the half will run out. Yep. After one half of play, the score, Bethel Park 14, Penn Hills nothing. Bethel Park and Penn Hills bands coming up. Second half action coming away next. You're watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to halftime. Featuring 20 great minutes of music and entertainment. And on the field right now, for your viewing, listening pleasure, is a group that give you chills and musical thrills. The pride of Penn Hills, 2022-2023, Big Red Marching Band. History show, composed by Randy Stanley, is entitled The Warriors. The Warriors presents the tale of a group of villagers who must embark on a perilous journey. They begin by traveling through mystic mountains and dry deserts to arrive at the village, who meet our travelers in all their glory. Before departing, the villagers convene with the spirits to get guidance for their journey. The trip is filled with obstacles, which the villagers continuously overcome to return home triumphantly. In the direction of our drum makers, Mariah Lomax and Dominic Frollo, is your band ready? It looks like they are. Here come the Warriors and the sounds of the Penn Hills Big Red Marching Band. Marching band. The band is led by Tiffany Szynski. Assistant directors are Laura Fitzroy and Brandy Pernacy. Kindergarten instructor is Cassie Kirby. Major instructor is Laura McConnell. Percussion instructor is Dave Kirby. This year's field drill was created by Matt Canada. This is the voice of the band, Eric Cooper, say thank you so much for your attention and support this evening. Now it's my pleasure to turn over to Jeff as he brings out the rocking sounds of your Bethel Park Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Bethel Park, the Bethel Park High School Black Hawk Marching Band. Right onto the field by head major Atlanta Banks and head vedettes Norvell and Aubrey Mannion. The opener for 2022 is the Earth, Wind, and Fire hit In the Stone. Enjoy! Happy homecoming, Bethel Park. The Bethel Park Black Hawks Marching Band would like to send a sincere welcome home to all alumni in attendance for this evening's game. Tonight, we debut new music, drill, and choreography by the Bethettes and Majorettes while performing the Magical Mystery Tour and Lady Madonna by the Beatles. Please enjoy the show.
Hey, Hawk fans, it's time. Please welcome to the field the court committee, here to present the 2022 homecoming court king, queen, prince, and princess. First, we will be presenting the 2022 court members. We'll give him a second. First, we have Jasper Harder-Hughes representing diving and Elena Banks representing marching band. Next, we have Colin Fink representing class of 2023 Ways and Means, and Melina Stewart, representing SGA. Next up, we have Denari Clax representing Hawkeye, and Gabby Shogun representing Cheer. Clearly, that's not Denari. Next, we have Marquise Ross representing the Chess Club, and Mia Gerber representing volleyball team. Next, we have Dylan Fennell representing Fall Play, and Carly O'Mara representing lacrosse. Last but surely not least, we have Sebastian Shine representing the baseball team, and Victoria DePasquale representing the softball team. Let's give them all a big round of applause. And now, we present to you the 2022 Homecoming Prince, Princess, King, and Queen. The 2022 Homecoming Prince is Jasper Harder Hughes. Congratulations, Jasper Harder Hughes. The 2022 Homecoming Princess is Mia Gerber. Congratulations, Mia and Jasper. And now, the 2022 Homecoming King is Sebastian Shine. Congratulations, Sebastian Shine. Thank you, Mr. Villani. And now, the 2022 Homecoming Queen is Elena Banks. Congratulations, Elena Banks, Sebastian Shine, Mia Gerber, and Jasper Harder Hughes. Prince all a big round of applause.
Hawk marching band performs their signature drill, Hot Time in Bethel Victory, a Bethel Park tradition for over 50 years. The Bethel Park High School Black Hawk marching band is under the direction of Chad Thompson, Associate Director Jeff Mell, Assistant Directors Zach Cable and Keith Foreman, Beth Ed Director Stacey Billman, and Majorette Director John Mancaboose. Student Director Rebecca Tupper, Special Events Coordinator Lindsay Marone, Head Majorette Elena Banks, Head Beth Ed Snorabell and Andre Mannion, and Drum Captains Tatum Brown and Kara Robinson. Thank you for your kind attention and happy homecoming!
Whatever you're comfortable with. I'm fine no matter what. This is great, but yeah, I can see just fine. Yeah, that's true too.
You ready? Second half action about to get underway here at Bethel Park High School with the score. The Black Hawks 14. The Penn Hills Indians, nothing. Total yards, 143 for Bethel Park, 72 for the Penn Hills Indians. But here's the surprising stats. You might, looking at the first half and what was going on with the Indians offense. Bethel Park has run off 30 offensive plays. Penn Hills, 23.
Interesting.
Isn't that?
I would not have guessed it was that close.
No, especially after one long. Bethel Park's opening drive, 11, 12 plays where they turned it over on downs. Of course, they had the one play drive for the touchdown. They had at the 13-yard line following the block punt.
Yeah, an 11-play drive. That was the one you mentioned, that turnover on downs. The 7-play drive, they scored the touchdown on. They just had to go 50 yards. You're right, the 1-play drive, that's it. And then, really, just 2 more drives, and one of them being a 3-and-out that they punted the ball away. So, I guess when you total up, the first half was just such an interesting half. We were talking about it a little bit at the break. Bethel played really well, and credit their defense, but Penn Hills is really only about a play or two away from this game being certainly closer, if not tied. And if they can get a 3-and-out and a quick score, it's a 1-score game. And all of a sudden, a game that has felt like it's been dominated, much like your stat alluded to, now all of a sudden is a close second-half game. So.
It is 14-0, but note that Penn Hills had a punt blocked.
Yep.
More special team woes for the Indians. Bethel Park recovered at the 13, and Gavin Mole ran it in on the next play. That's the second touchdown of the night for Bethel Park. As we start half number 2. And Ryan Petrus brings it up and gets a hard tackle about the 24-yard line. Steve Vandiver.
Ball be spotted at 21-yard line.
So it's the opening drive of half number 2, but it's a key drive, not for the Bethel Park Black Hawks, but for the Penn Hills Indians. They can ill afford to allow Bethel Park to have a long drive, or even a short drive, and put points on the board. Mole
pushes the pile.
Goes rugby style for 5.
77 yards, so he's earned every bit of that, and there's a good 5 for first down.
Lewis and Good on the tackle for the Indians. Mole again tries to go off tackle, cuts it back to the middle. Indians stack him up just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2. Let's see if I can pull up the official stats here. Gavin Mole, 16 for 83.
Okay, that was close.
What did you say you had?
I had 16 for 77, so we're not too far off. I'll take that.
I think the official stat guys can be generous at times.
Well, good. He should be.
That's all.
He should be. I'm supportive of that.
Mole again. Oof. Keeps the legs moving. Lesson at home for you youngsters. Keep the legs moving. 5 yards and a first down for Bethel Park. But I'll tell you, even at 83 yards, I'm surprised that's all he had the way he ran in the first half.
Yeah, again, it felt like it was 5, 7, 11-yard chunks. But, I think we talked about it a little bit in the first half. Penn Hills had a couple plays where they got into the backfield, made some stops. The defense really didn't play poorly. It just was a matter of, as you mentioned, a couple plays going the wrong way and being on the bad side of a 14-0 score.
And there's a big gainer for the Black Hawks. Up the sideline and out of bounds inside the 20-yard line is Ryan Petrus. 48 yards. That was play of the game.
Yeah, that was the play Penn Hills couldn't afford to see happen, and Petrus got into space on the edge and really just got through. A good job by the secondary catching up to him, but that flips the field, and now the Penn Hills defense on their heels now inside the red zone, really needing to keep Bethel Park out of the end zone.
That seems what Bethel Park, their game plan, is what they like to do is they lull you into Gavin Mole, and then they throw in Petrus. And away he went.
Yeah.
Ball comes in motion this way,
Bethel Park.
and the Blackhawks will call a timeout with 10:07 to go here in the third quarter. 14-0 Bethel Park, but they have the ball in the red zone.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they saw something there, maybe in their formation they didn't like, and so call an early timeout here in the second half. But yeah, this is a big couple of plays here now for both squads. Again, we talked about it at the break. If Bethel could come out here, and whether it be a long or a short drive, but put points on the board, that would really put this Penn Hills offense, which has been sputtering, as you mentioned earlier in the first half, for the better part of an entire game, the second half of the North Hills game in the first half here tonight. A 3-touchdown deficit, certainly not impossible for a Penn Hills offense, but certainly the task gets a little tougher for sure.
We need a red zone sponsor. Like the Hine Red Zone. That's Turner's Tea Red Zone or something. Let's work on that. Again, it's that one big play that flips the field. Petrus with some big plays in the first half.
Ball's spotted at the 18-yard line of the Indians.
Petrus up to 61 yards rushing here in the game. We're early in the third. It'll be Petrus again. Does a nice job of getting inside the 15-yard line down to the 13. Penn Hills had about 4 or 5 opportunities to bring him down.
Gain of 4, second down 6 for the Hawks.
Yeah, he slipped a couple tackles. It looked like there were some white jerseys in the backfield there with an opportunity to bring Petrus down. But, yeah, as you mentioned, a good job eluding those hands and get himself a positive 4 yards.
I mean, the Indians have some big defensive linemen. Daquan Lewis, Carter Vance, James Good.
Another timeout.
Bethel Park timeout.
Oh, interesting.
You know, we've seen Bethel, and it was mostly in that second quarter as they were trying to run the clock out, but they have not been shy to run the play clock down near zero, and that time it caught them off guard, having used their second timeout already here early in the second half. But I really think this is a strategy to keep Penn Hills' offense off the field. They know how dangerous it can be despite their struggles here tonight, and I think they're ready to take this game and make it as quick as possible.
14-0 here in the third, 9:14 to go. Bill Navari along with Greg Smith. And Greg, halftime score, Woodland Hills 14, Shaler 14.
How about it? That big win Shaler had last week against Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional had the big win the week prior over Gateway. That Big East Conference is all over the place.
The Titans are for real this year.
They might be. I know that's a program that has not seen a lot of success in football over the last several decades, so it's nice to see Shaler coming through. And, big one with Woody High here tonight.
They will be visiting Penn Hills 3 weeks from tonight. Petrus with some blockers in front inside the 5, touchdown, Bethel Park. Ryan Petrus from 15 yards out. And the Hawks extend their lead.
I'll be honest, Bill, he fooled me. That was a kind of a fake handoff end around, and Petrus took it more or less untouched and really found the end zone without a whole lot of trouble. And Bethel Park's had a few gadget-type plays here tonight, and that one shoots for 15 and a score.
They ran a similar one to Petrus in the first half. Third quarter. So now Penn Hills, really a long hill to climb.
Yeah, 6-play drive, 79 yards, took 2:53 off the clock. A Bethel Park team that was quite methodical in the first half.
All runs.
Yep, came right at him, capped off. The big one was Ryan Petrus went 48 yards on a first down play that really flipped the field, and 2 plays later he found the end zone from 15 yards out. And I think if you're Penn Hills, I think you have to find a way to get points on this drive. If anything, just to give your offensive confidence back, maybe give your defensive back to a 2-score game still early here in the third quarter.
Kickoff again towards the sideline, bobbled. Cochran out to the 29-yard line. A penalty flag back at the 24.
Blocking below the waist.
And it'll go against the Indians for a low block. And Penn Hills will begin their climb at their own 12.
Penalties haven't played too much of a role. There was a pretty big holding call back in the first half that seemed to stifle a Penn Hills drive, but so far penalties haven't been too much of an issue for either team tonight.
I'm not sure Bethel Park has had one.
If it had, maybe an illegal formation, but yeah, not much.
Key cuts it back up to the inside. Hawks are there, but Key picks up 7.
Amir Key on the carry.
And Key has not broken one for quite a while, and he's due.
Yeah, started to see a few more touches there in the second quarter. A good 7-yard on first down.
Key again.
Key on the carry.
He'll be close to a first down.
It seems like forward progress got him pretty darn close.
Defensive line. Plays good enough for an Indians first down.
Yep.
Key again. Tries to get to the outside. Cannot, but picks up close to 3.
Player number 6, Blake Striegel.
3 straight runs now for Amir Key. And again, I like that Penn Hills is not trying to rush it, trying to set their run game up a little bit here, though, as they look like they're going about 5 wide now.
Duggar on the keeper.
Ahead for another couple.
Player number 53, Kobe Gals.
And the Indians with a 3rd and 5.
Bring a 3rd down and 6 for the Indians.
We'll see if Duggar throws here. 4 straight runs, rather.
Duggar tucks it up, dives ahead, gets close to the sticks.
Duggar on the keeper.
And
he got it.
He does get it.
Heads up play there from Duggar, knowing where the sticks were and knowing he needed to reach that ball forward to get there. Needed 6, got 6. Big first down on that 3rd down.
And Hills had 3 first downs in the first half. They have 2 on this drive here so far, and in half number 2. Their first drive of the half. Duggar looks left, throws downfield, has a man, and overthrows Rayon Strader, who had a step or 2 on the defense.
Number 6, Strader.
Yeah, Strader had the coverage he wanted, and Duggar knew where to find him, but yeah, that throw just sails on him too much. Strader almost gave up on that ball knowing that it was just too far over his head. I like the idea on first down to take a chance, and I like that they had Strader one-on-one. The throw just sails over his head.
Ulani Giancarlo.
Duggar, pass underneath to Key. Has some room. Key across the 40. The Indians looking at a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, nice job to have patience there to let that screenplay play out. Duggar allows people into the backfield with him before dumping it off to Amir Key. Bethel Park's had some real sound tackling though here tonight. Part of the reason I think Amir Key has not been able to break free is that Bethel's done a nice job keeping him tight when he's out in the open.
And it will be Key. We'll have the first down. Needed 1, got 2.
Key on the carry. Plays it up for Indians first down.
Penn Hill seemingly getting those first downs just by the yardage they need, but turns the sticks over and all the same.
Tackle number 58, David Sheltman.
Duggar looks right, back to the left. Throws underneath the Key. Hauls it in with one hand. And we'll get pushed out of bounds for loss of 1.
Duggar's pass. The Key is complete.
Yeah, good pressure that time from Bethel Park and sort of keeping Amir Key in their sights as they pressured Duggar back.
Duggar didn't have anywhere to go with it.
No,
he hit Key as the safety valve.
Yeah, and good internal, good pressure there from the Hawks.
That's a good coverage. Now it's Key this way. Again, nice open field tackle by the Bethel Park Black Hawks. Denari Clacks.
Gain of 1. Tackle by Denari Clacks.
Yeah, once again, as you mentioned, a really good open field tackle. I think that's been one of the biggest differences from this Bethel Park defense is the ability to tackle and keep Amir Key and others at bay.
Duggar will roll to his left, the left-handed quarterback, directing traffic. He'll tuck it up and run out of bounds. Short of the first down. We'll pick up about 3, maybe 4. And it's going to be 4th down and about 6.
Yeah, tough decision here. Down 3 scores. Looks like the offense staying on the field here, and we're now more than halfway through the 3rd quarter, so I think urgency is starting to set in for the Indians.
The clock stopped with 4:12 to go. The Hawks up 21-0. Duggar will roll this way. Looks downfield, has a pass complete. Now what are they going to say? Did Santana, Olivia Jordan hold in?
I think they called it incomplete. Yeah, it must have been something with the boundary. Looks like he was able to bring the pass in, but I think on the boundary he's out of bounds.
So the Indians turn the ball over on downs with 4:05 to go here in the 3rd. Hawks get it at the Indians' 47-yard line.
Yeah, tough break. A good drive put together and over 30 yards and neared midfield before the offense runs out of steam, and Bethel with 4:05 now and the ball in Indians territory definitely can come pretty close to putting a near dagger in this one late here in the 3rd quarter.
Petrus on the carry. No gain.
Nothing much there for Petrus. We'll give him a loss of 1.
Number 54, James Good.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing Bethel Park be more than happy to take this play clock way down. You see the offense taking the play in from the sideline. Happy to run this clock as close to the end of the quarter as possible.
Petrus again. Fights his way ahead for a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, back to just the original line of scrimmage.
Number 15.
And for Penn Hills, an opportunity to get off the field and get the ball back here on this 3rd and 10. Bethel has not thrown the ball much so far tonight, and in the times they have, they've already thrown an interception and a few incompletes. So we'll see if they decide that 3rd and 10 is a obvious running down and maybe happy to take the time off the clock and give the ball back to the Indians.
And again, I think they're looking at just chewing up clock here.
No question.
And again, we're wrong. Pass, Petrus, complete. Close to a first down. I think he may have it.
It looks here on the near sideline that they're short just a bit, but you have to wonder if this is an opportunity to, Gavin Mole and just kind of run it up the gut and see if you can't pick up this first down.
Clock running, 2:15 to go here in the 3rd. Hawks up 21-0.
They're going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
There we go. Should we say that may come back to haunt them later?
It certainly might. I can't say I've ever seen a team up 2 and 3 scores use all 3 timeouts in the first 10 minutes of the second half. But I guess they're not too upset being up 3 scores. But
did they run the play clock down to 1 before? I don't think they ran the play clock. They could have ran off probably another 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think that was just wanting to get the right play in there and perhaps a miscommunication with the quarterback to. But whatever it might be, Bethel's not going to be afforded that opportunity, but perhaps they see an opportunity to go up 4 scores and all but put this game away here late in the 3rd quarter.
505-388. If you have a winning ticket, please come over to the home side concourse and pick up your winnings at the booster table, the football booster table. Thank you for playing and have a great night. Fourth down and 1 for the Hawks. Piper on the keeper.
And the Hawks pick it up.
First down.
Yep, just the good old QB sneak. And
That's all. Pepper's first carry of the night, I guess.
yeah. I'm sure from his standpoint, hopefully the last one he has to take. But a big first down for the Blackhawks now is they'll be able to run the clock likely to the end of the 3rd quarter at minimum.
Moles ahead for 3, but a penalty flag. Back at the 35. Could this be the Hawks' first penalty of the night?
50, Daquan Lewis.
Yep.
There's a holding call against Bethel Park.
Holding on Bethel.
And that's big. That'll move them back 10 yards. And not that Bethel hasn't hit a few big plays here tonight, but now a 1st and 20 facing the Hawks. An opportunity now for Penn Hills to pin their ears back and try to get off the field. I know it's still first down, but 1st and 20, a long way to go.
That's a 9-yard penalty in essence. 1st and 19. It's a spot foul. Mole. Off tackle, breaks tackles. Picks up the penalty yardage back, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, really good run. We've seen that a bunch here from Gavin Mole tonight. Meeting that first row of defenders and having the vision and the patience to get to the outside and find that extra hold and get those extra yardage, and that's a big pickup to get back to 2nd and 10.
Plum on top of Franklin Regional tonight in the 3rd.
How about 53-0 at half, Gateway over Hempfield. So for the 5-0 Spartans, likely to go to 5-1 tonight.
Pfeffer sets up the screen. Underneath, Curry with some blockers in front. Curry inside to 10. Penalty flag comes in.
Piper's pass is complete to number
Right now it's looking like 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Number 7, Cameron Thomas, flag on the play. Official timeout. Player injured.
There's an injured Indian back at the 38-yard line.
Personal foul on Penn Hill's horse collar. Be half the distance to the goal.
That'll be first and goal from the 4. Not quite sure what the personal foul was.
I think they called it a horse collar on that tackle as he brought him down to the turf. Curry, that is, and just half the distance will give him that extra 4 yards. Looks like the Penn Hills player off on his own power. That's good to see.
James Good, who had a monster game last week.
First down and goal from the 4-yard line in the Hawk zone.
Penn Hill's going to have to take a timeout due to Good's injury. 21 seconds here on the third quarter clock.
There's 21 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Now following the injury timeout with the officials, the clock should run.
I would think that it will, yeah, once the play clock glows. We'll see if Bethel decides to run one more play down here on this end or if they decide to let the clock run. And
after 3 quarters, 21. Hills Indians Football Network.
Indians 21-0.
Facing second 5-yard line, down 21-0.
Yeah, and big opportunity here for Bethel again. And for Penn Hills, yeah, this is more.
One-yard line.
Down to the 1.
That'll be third and goal from the 1.
Like with number 56, Bernard Needham. Third down and goal from the 1 for the Hawks.
Pfeffer keeps it himself in for the Bethel Park touchdown. Well, he did have to carry another one, Greg.
You know what, he did, and I'm sure it was only for a touchdown that he was willing to do that. But yeah, Pfeiffer able to kind of catch the Penn Hills defense off guard just a bit, came up under center and found that extra yard himself, and the Hawks lead extended now out to 27-0.
Kick up and good. Bethel Park 28, Penn Hills nothing. 11:20 to go in this game. Upper St. Clair is up 17-10 over Mount Lebanon.
Two pretty good teams there. Mount Lebanon, a team that these Blackhawks beat on the road back earlier in the season. Had a chance to see Upper St. Clair last week take down the Peters Township Indians. Upper St. Clair looks like a pretty big dog in 5A, but yeah, as you mentioned, a date looms with Bethel Park here for Upper St. Clair.
Franklin Regional and Plum now tied.
Pine Richland a 14-7 lead over North Allegheny at half.
Down the 26-yard line of the Indians. Flag on the play. Ball will be spun at the 35-yard line of the Indians after the penalty.
Bethel kicks it out of bounds. Indians will get it to 35-yard line. Down 28-0 here in quarter number 4. Dogger throws right side, pass complete.
This little 4-yard pick.
Key for 2.
And 2. Tackle number 43, Clancy Ori. 3rd down and 4 for the Indians.
Dogger looks left, throws, pass complete. Levy Jordan again. First down.
To number 10, Levy Jordan.
Penn Hills now in Bethel Park territory at the 47-yard line.
Nice job from Levy Jordan, a little button hook, and brings that one in, gain of 12 and a first down for Penn Hills.
Tugger steps up into the pocket, launches one downfield, has Strader, and off the fingertips. He had him for a moment. Jason Nuttridge closed quickly and was able to tip it away.
Yeah, it's a real heads-up play. I like Duggar there stepping up in the pocket. He saw Strader streaking and was kind of pointing downfield solid, and I think that's one Strader would love to have back. That one seemed to hit both hands. Tough break for the Indians there. A really good throw from Duggar on the mark, and Strader just unable to bring it in.
Snap over Duggar's head. He falls on it back at the 39-yard line. Oh, no, it's still loose. And Bethel Park has it at the 34. 19-yard loss for the Indians and a loss of possession.
Yeah, and the high snaps seem to have had fixed themselves in most of the second and third quarter, but they come back and haunt the Indians again. This time Duggar unable to fall on it like he was back in the first half, and Bethel Park, any momentum it seems like Penn Hills has gotten tonight has been stripped away from one reason or another. And that time the turnover bug bites in Bethel Park with great field position.
They've been self-inflicted.
Oh, for sure. No question. Again, I'd even argue that, again, the score 28-0, but this game is still yet somehow much closer than that score indicates.
Delay a game against the Hawks. They're starting to get the substitutes in. Blake Striegel. Maybe one
Blake Striegel on the carry.
Have been Bethel Park more than happy to just take the clock down and try to.
Great strategy.
Oh, of course.
Striegel again tries to get to the outside. Does. For 7.
Blake Striegel on the carry. Tackled by Mitchell.
So Hawks will have a 3rd down and about 8.
3rd down, 8 for the Hawks.
Yeah, it's a nice run from Striegel getting off that left tackle there and finding some open space, getting his acceleration up. And back into a manageable 3rd and 8 now for the Hawks.
Well, what we learned tonight, the Hawks are for real.
I'd say so. I mean, you know, this Allegheny 6 conference is tricky. There's a lot of good teams in it, and their work is still ahead of them with the likes of Upper St. Clair and Peters Township still on the docket. But, yeah, they look for real so far.
Striegel eludes one man.
Striegel on the carry.
Was brought down after pickup of 2.
Takes it up to the 30-yard line. We have a 4th down for the Hawks. Tackle number 8, Shamir Brown.
4th down and 5. The Hawks will be keeping the offense on the field.
Yeah, they'll be able to get this clock now under 8 minutes.
4th down and 5 for the Hawks.
Pfeffer with the rare throw underneath. And it goes nowhere. To Striegel. Maybe a yard.
Striegel.
But the Hawks will turn over on downs with 7:42 to go. Penn Hills takes over at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, and you know, with 7:42 remaining, it's for Penn Hills now. I think, you talked about sort of the hangover from the North Hills game, and the second half just went so poorly for the Indians that now it's, now is a chance maybe to get your offense going just with next week in mind. That, a touchdown, putting a touchdown on the board and getting yourself sort of ready for next week seems to be something that I think Penn Hills is looking forward to do here.
Key goes right side, crosses the 30, fights his way ahead, all the way out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, certainly have seen no lack of effort from Penn Hills, and specifically Amir Key. He's run hard all night. It's just been tough sledding against a really good Bethel Park defense.
He cuts it up the middle. We'll get a 1st down for Penn Hills at the 43-yard line after another pickup of 7.
Yeah, and it's a very slow first half for Amir Key. He's been much more active here in the second half, and you're right. Some of those 6-7 yard chunk plays are good to see, knowing how explosive a player he can be.
Duggar steps up. Gets the pass away. Downfield, a pass almost intercepted. Levy Jordan became a defensive back. Striegel almost with the interception.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Levy Jordan, a heads-up play to, you're right, come back and swat that ball out of Striegel's hands. Real heads-up play, and Duggar does a nice job extending the play and keeping his eyes downfield. Give him credit for that, but yeah, the coverage has just been really solid tonight from Bethel.
2nd down, 10.
Duggar has a man, tiptoeing, pass. No, they're going to say Levy Jordan did not come down in bounds with it.
Ball's caught out of bounds.
Yeah, tough break there. A good, nice touch pass from Duggar, and Levy Jordan again finding the soft spot there and just didn't quite establish himself where he needed to be, and feet on the boundary, and that one's going to go out of bounds, and the 3rd 10 now faces the Penn Hills Indians.
Duggar looking. Chased out of the pocket, comes to the near side. In Bethel Park territory, across the 50 down to the 49-yard line.
Duggar on the keeper.
8 yards. And it'll be 4th and 2. Clock stopped at 6:11 to go here in the 4th quarter. Black Hawks up 28-0 over the Indians.
Yeah, we got an injured player.
Official timeout
I think
on the
it's
field.
maybe Teets from Bethel Park, sort of a comeback block. Martel Palmer was coming back to block to get Duggar some space, and I think it's coming up.
Shaler on top of Woodland Hills, 21-14.
Fourth down for the Indians and 4th and 2. Of the Hawks.
Key, straight up the middle, we'll have the first down. Needed 2, got 4.
Mayor Key on the key carry was good enough for the Indians' first down.
Yeah, again, can't say enough about the effort from Amir Key, specifically running hard. Again, knew where the line of the gain was and able to find it and get a few more. And again, if you're Penn Hills, I think this last, 5+ minutes is an opportunity to finish out this drive and get some momentum into next week.
Key looks for some blockers across the right.
Key on the carry.
Goes off tackle and picks up 9.
Gain of 9.
Now it's 2nd down and 1. That'd be an opportunity for Duggar to throw deep. Strader out here in single coverage on the near side against Jack Bruckner. Duggar steps up into the pocket, cuts this way, throws downfield, pass. Out of bounds, it's caught by Strader, who tried to do the tiptoe move. Penalty flag.
Out of bounds. Flag on the play.
It's a 37-yard line. It's going to be holding against the Indians.
On the Indians. Spot foul, 10 yards.
Boy, give Strader some credit. I'm really impressed watching him run that route. He knew where the sideline was. I just unable to bring it in, and the holding call would have negated it anyway. But Strader looked real comfortable there running that route and finding the sideline. Duggar does a good job putting it on him, but the holding call will negate that and bring Penn Hills back closer to midfield.
In essence, a 13-yard penalty. So instead of 2nd and 1, it's 2nd and 14. Duggar throws. Finds Strader in the seam. Strader tries to avoid the tackle. Was unable to. He goes out to 40-yard line.
Tackle by number 46, Caden Wetzel. Covering the 3rd down and 6 for the Indians.
And is looking at a 3rd and 6. Clock under 4.5 and running. Duggar throws, pass complete. DeAndre Cochran inside to 20, 15. Cochran out of bounds. Looks like 1st and goal Indians. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 31 yards on the reception for DeAndre Cochran. And Penn Hills with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, another great pitch and catch from Duggar, this time finding Cochran. Cochran does a good job settling himself in the zone. And Duggar does a nice job laying that pass over the defender. And Cochran some yards after catch, always nice to see. Gets that ball inside the 10. And again, nice to see this Penn Hills offense getting moving, and now 1st and goal to go.
Key. Inside the 5, follows blockers, touchdown, Penn Hills Indians. Amir Key from 9 yards. And Penn Hills gets on the board.
Yeah, good to see Amir Key especially carry a lot of the load there on that drive and see the fruits of his labor bear out there with a 9-yard touchdown run. And for the Penn Hills Indians, I'm sure that's just a relief just to get.
October 14th, PA Gold Star game. Again, next home football game will be Friday.
Yeah, 4-14. I'm sure Penn Hill's not ready to pack this one in for the night, and we'll see if special teams able to flip the script a little bit. I mean,
hey, you have nothing to lose.
Certainly crazier things have happened, and I feel like onside kicks are oftentimes much more attainable in high school as they are comparatively to college and professional. So certainly interested to see what Penn Hills can come up with here in an effort to maybe try to get the ball back quick. And again, the offense feeling a little bit more confident, able to do so. This game could get fun in the last 4+ minutes.
Yeah, Gateway up 60-7.
Just last week I was talking with Don Rebel on the round table and talking about Hempfield's great start, and maybe that was a real player in 5A. And not to say that this result means they are not, but certainly that brings them back down to earth after I think their best start in over 50 years for the Hempfield Spartans.
Black Hawks have 10 men up. And Williams kicks it away. And it goes out of bounds.
It goes out of bounds.
I always like that strategy, though, when they've got 10 men up to sort of float one in that no man's land between the back person and the up men. But for Penn Hills, that one will fall out of bounds. And 2 timeouts for Penn Hills. We'll see how they deploy those as Bethel Park takes the field up 3 scores.
Well, Bethel Park will be using the entirety of the play clock.
They've been doing that since.
And I would say it won't be because
drive,
it's late in the game either. That's been their strategy the entire game.
Yeah.
Powerlack on the carry.
Powerlack gets his first carry of the game.
Tackle number 15, Jameer Ellis.
And loses 3. Jameer Ellis on the tackle for Penn Hills.
Loss of 2.
Clean jerseys coming in for Bethel Park. Not so much for Penn Hills. Bethel Park has a huge bench. Penn Hills not so much.
Yeah. Irrelevant to the game a bit, but a good uniform matchup tonight. The orange jerseys looking real sharp for Bethel Park, and the red helmets with the gold pants and white tops are always a classic and good look for Penn Hills.
Timeout, Penn Hills.
Penn Hills will call a timeout with 3:26 to go. They have 1 remaining. Bethel Park Band enjoying themselves with a rendition of Hey Baby.
Always a classic marching band hit.
And the Penn Hills band on the far side playing right along.
About the only ones left here. Nights are getting a little colder here.
Oh, it's football weather.
I love it.
This is already week 6.
Can you believe
the
it?
6th game of the year. We're already on the back half of the season.
Ugh. When you say it like that, it just...
New quarterback in, Jack Bruckner. And Bruckner breaks one. We'll have a first down. Across the 45.
One of the keepers, Jack Bruckner. Tackle number 16.
Out to the 47, gain of 14.
First down.
Yeah, looks like penalty flags come in. We're going to have some more tacked onto it.
Yeah, a bit of a change of pace quarterback. We didn't see Pfeiffer carry it much at all, but yeah, Bruckner takes off, and you're right, some extra yardage will turn that ball onto the Penn Hill side of the field for Bethel here as we approach the 3-minute mark.
Almost caught him in the Indians' territory after the 38-yard line.
Indians, front 4 all replaced. Getting the JV team in. Bethel Park doing the same. Pair of 25s. Browerlack with the carry. Benet with the tackle.
Gain of 2, second down 8 for the Hawks.
Hawks gain 2, but more importantly, they get to kill off another 40 seconds. Clock under 2.5. Now this game's going to be over before 9:30.
Against the Panthers next week at USC.
Selfishly, I'll take that, but
might even be over by 9:20.
My wife will appreciate that. Others, but yeah, quick one tonight. You know, not a lot of passes, and Bethel sort of a game plan and to take the clock down, and they've done that for 4 quarters.
Howerlack. Oh, gets stacked up in the backfield.
Howerlack on the carry, stopped in the backfield by number 78. Brandon Benjamin helped out by number 48.
It was Donovan Burnett initially stopped him. And then I don't have a 48 on my roster. So whoever laid down the big stick for Penn Hills, good job. Caden Wetzel.
Caden Wetzel on the carry, no gain.
Clock now under a minute. So Bethel will have to do something here on 4th down.
Yeah, they can run us down to about 25 seconds before they run the play, but it is 4th down. Looks like they're going to take the delay.
Yeah, somebody on the scoreboard. 4th and 40 is what they have it listed as. 4th and 12 right now. It'll be 4th and 17 now facing the Blackhawks. Like you said, 24.4 seconds on this 4th quarter clock.
And will Bethel Park punt? They've punted, I think, once in this game.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That was in the first half.
Caden Wetzel on the carry.
And Wetzel picks up about 4 yards. Bethel turns the ball over on downs with 16.7 seconds left. And Penn Hills has it at their 43-yard line.
Yeah, and both teams congregate near the 50. We'll see if Penn Hills decides to run any sort of offensive play or just take a knee and send this one into the record books.
Well, Steve Van Dyber, a quarterback for the Indians. Well, if the officials can get the ball set here, we can get this done over by 9:20.
Clock's ticking, clock's ticking.
And Indians keep it on the ground. Big gain inside the 40, down to the 45-yard line.
Xavier Primus on the carry.
That's 27 yards for Thomas.
Now on the game.
And that'll be the final score. We get out of here at 9:20. There's an updated roster.
I had 48 as Xavier Primus.
The final score, Bethel Park 28, Penn Hills 7. The final score tonight. Not really quite the blowout that it seems, but a dominant performance by the Blackhawks. And the Indian offense, which really didn't get anything going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that's really the story of it. Again, you can give Bethel Park plenty of credit. Their offense did enough. They certainly established the run game very well. Their defense played great. But, yeah, I think if you're Penn Hills, it's taking a long look in the mirror now. As you kind of alluded to from the North Hills game, 6 quarters of really pretty stagnant offensive play for the Indians. And against an incredibly stout Bethel Park defense, just nothing going tonight. And Penn Hills, maybe a little bit of life in that fourth quarter, something to build on for next week, but an otherwise pretty underwhelming performance for the Indians tonight.
I'm not sure what much else we have to say. Other than we're out of here quickly.
Nothing from me, Bill. Thanks again.
Appreciate
Always
it, Greg.
a pleasure.
The Blackhawks will be at Upper St. Clair next week, and the Indians will be at Fox Chapel. And once again, a programming note that we will not be making the trip to Fox Chapel. So go Indians next Friday night. Go Blackhawks as well. Again, this final score from Bethel Park. Blackhawks 28, Penn Hills Indians 7. From our broadcast partner Greg Smith, our camera person Sam, I'm Bill Navari. Thank you for watching Penn Hills Indians football here on the Indians Football Network. Good night.